Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to Ami accounting class. Today we are going to complete our income statement. We in the previous video we have learned half of what does distribution cost means, and we have learned half of the things or half of the uh, topics which sits under distribution cost. Today we are going to learn the whole distribution cost, and we are going to try to learn other things which are included in the income statement, like administrative expenses and finance cost. The distribution cost is the main thing. The first page is the main thing. For example, the cost of sales and the distribution cost is the biggest part of the chapter, and everything else is very small, so we don't need that much of time to learn that. So let's not delay anymore and let's begin. So at the very beginning, we are saying that what does distribution cost means. So the very beginning part, what does distribution cost means, that distribution cost is equals to the cost which are directly included for sales, meaning that which will directly affect my sales. Those costs are known as distribution cost. For example, like my advertisement and promotions, the first thing which comes under the topic of distribution cost is my advertisement and promotion. What does advertising and promotion means? Advertising and promotion means that you are showing your product to your potential customers or your existing customers, or to new group of people who doesn't know your business, who does not know your product. You are showing them that you have created a product, or you are a XYZ company and you have a WXY product. The product can be anything. It can be it can be an energy drink, it can be an ice cream, it can be anything, right? And we need to promote that thing to make the people understand, or to persuade the people to buy our product. Otherwise no one will know that the company has launched a new product, or there is a new company in the market. Now let us come to the point, that the second point, which is discount allowed. Now let us come to the point that what does discount allowed means. Discount allowed basically means that the money you are giving back to the customers from the MRP, meaning that you are basically selling a product lower than its MRP. Now let us come to the point that what does MRP means. MRP basically means that MRP is the selling price of a product. MRP is equals to selling price. Selling price. It can be anything depending on the product. It can be 100 taka, it can be 10 taka, it can be 5 taka, or it can be 2 taka. It depends on the product, right? For example, if let's take an ice cream for example. The product range, the product price of the of a cone ice cream, maybe 100, maybe it is 100 taka, or maybe it is 120 taka. It does not matter at all. So our MRP is written as 120 taka. Our MRP is written as 120 taka. When our loyal customers come to our shop, we always try to give them a discount to make them persuade, or to persuade them that buy always from me, that so that you can get a discount, or you can get your product at a lower price compared to other shops, right? So I can give the ice cream to him at 110 taka. Okay, it does not matter at what price the ice cream has been bought, or at what price the ice cream I bought the ice cream. Suppose I bought the ice cream at 50 taka, right? I bought many packets of ice cream, right? I will not only buy one cone ice cream, I will buy at least 50 ice creams or 100 ice creams, right? So if I buy 100 ice creams, and I may get each ice cream which is worth of 50 taka, right? Then if the MRP is given 120 taka, and if I sell him at a price of 110 taka, I will still get a profit of 60 taka, right? I will still get a profit of 60 taka. See, so I'm not making a total loss. I'm making 10 taka less than the other shops, but there is a point, which is that I am also gaining the trust of the customers, meaning that I am indirectly persuading them that I will give you discounts, or I will lower the price for you, as you are special to me, or as you are a loyal customer of mine, right? Now let's come to the third is fourth point, which is motor lorries expenses. What does motor lorries means? Motor lorries are equals to delivery vehicles. Now very large companies like Akis, Pran, then there are many other companies, Akis, Pran's, ice cream company like Igloo, right? Or Polar. They always have their own delivery vehicles. They always have their own delivery vehicles, so they does not have to say, so that they do not have to rely, or they do not have to depend on any secondary company for supplying their product, right? Certainly, if there is a increase in demand for their product, they can immediately supply the product to that specific area or that specific shop. Just like when the viral thing about Gaza published that Israel was mass bombing Gaza, and Coca-Cola is a brand of Israel, right? So all the Muslims in the world decided to ban Coca-Cola. They decided to boycott. They decided to boycott Coca-Cola, right? As they decided to boycott Coca-Cola, the demand for other soft drinks, like Mojo, then Max Cola, RC increased, right? RC increased. So the Muslims all over the world didn't only boycott Coca-Cola, they boycotted the company. They boycotted the products made by Coca-Cola, and not only Coca-Cola, they boycotted all the other products which are related to Israel, somehow related to Israel, right? Which can be Dove or anything like that, right? So when they boycotted these type of products, the substitute products demands increased. The demand for the substitute products increased. So what did Mojo did? What did Akis did? Akis did not rely on any secondary company for the delivery of their product. They have their own delivery vehicles, so they delivered their products, right? Same like Dallas. They do not directly depend on Street First or any other delivery companies. They have their own delivery men and own delivery vehicles, right? So they deliver their products to their customers, right? So it will have one benefit, that the business does not have to rely on secondary company. They can meet the sudden change in demand, and they can make happy the customers, right? Now let us come to the point that motor lorries depreciation. What does motor lorries depreciation? We all know that non-current assets depreciates, right? Non-current assets depreciates, meaning the value at which we have bought the vehicle, or we have bought the asset, decreases over time. It may be, the asset may be anything. For example, motor vehicles. If I bought a motor vehicle with a value of 12 lakh taka, and suppose after 3 years the value became 7 lakh taka. The current market value of that motor vehicle is 7 lakh taka. So how much money did I lose? I lost 3 lakh taka, right? No, sorry, 4 lakh taka. 4 to 5 lakhs taka I lost almost 5 lakhs taka. Yes, see, 12 minus 7, which is equals to 5 lakhs. So I lost 5 lakhs taka. This 5 lakhs taka is my depreciation. How will we find depreciation? The basic way is that we are going to subtract the cost price from the current market value. Then we are going to see the depreciated value of that vehicle. Okay, now let us come to the point that what does shop premises rent mean? Shop premises rent means the place at which the shop is placed, meaning আমার যেখানে দোকান দেওয়া আছে সেটাই হচ্ছে আমার shop premises. Now every company like hot cake, Mr. Baker, then CP or KFC, Burger King, okay, they do not own the place, they just rent the place. Okay, they don't own the place, they just rent the place. Renting means that they are paying monthly to the owner for opening their shop at that specific area, right? Now, shop premises depreciation, it is only applicable for those who own the place. For example, if I own the place, right? If, for example, I own a place, and I opened a shop there. Own a place, I own a place and I opened a shop. I opened a shop there. So at that specific time, the depreciation of shop premises will take place for me. Okay, and this depreciation is calculated as the value of the products or the value of the things, as the value of the shop depreciates over time as due to rain and other possible natural disasters, the condition of the building becomes worse, right? The condition of the buildings become worse, for which the value of the building depreciates, meaning the value of the building becomes less day by day. That is my shop premises depreciation, right? Now come to lorry driver wages. I don't have to explain this lorry driver's wages. These are the salaries or monthly wages or daily wages which I have to pay the delivery mans or the delivery vehicle drivers, right? Motor vehicle drivers, which I have to pay them daily. It can be 100 taka, it can be 200 taka, it can be 1200, it can be 1000. It depends, right? Now warehouse rent. Warehouse is a place where you keep your finished goods. Okay, now let's come to the point that what does finished goods means. Finished goods means that the production has already been done, the product is complete, and it is up for sale. Now you cannot keep, you have produced suppose 5000 pieces of trimmers, 5000 trimmers. Okay, you have produced 5000 trimmers and now you cannot keep 5000 trimmers in your shop. It is impossible to keep all that thing in your shop. So what do? You rent a place, right? You rent a place and that place is known as warehouse, right? Where that place is known as warehouse, you keep, suppose you keep 50 trimmers, you keep 50 trimmers in your shop, 50 trimmers in your shop, and 50 trimmers in your shop, and then you can keep the 4550 to the warehouse, right? You can keep the others in the warehouse. So whenever these 50 trimmers are going to be sold out, or suppose not 50, suppose when 30 trimmers are sold out, you will take 20 more, you will take 30 more from the warehouse and keep it in your shop. Okay, that's how a warehouse works. Understood? Now warehouse rent is the same thing as shop premises rent. It is a place which the business does not own. In fact, it just pays monthly to the owner to keep its product at that place, right? Warehouse depreciation means that if I own the place, I have to depreciate it, meaning that the building will lose its value over the time. Warehouse staff wages, I cannot just keep the product lying down on the floor. They have to be maintained, they have to be checked regularly, and for that reason I need staff in there who will regularly check the products, who will maintain the hygiene, or who will maintain the cleanliness of that warehouse. So for that I need the warehouse staff wages. In that staff, the security also falls, meaning that if I just keep the 5000 trimmers in the warehouse, some trimmers may be get stolen either by the workers or by some other thieves, right? By petty thieves, right? So for that I need a security guard, and that also sits under warehouse staff wages. Understood? Salesman commission meaning that it is a value of money which you give to your sales staff, meaning that your selling staff it is a monetary reward. It is a monetary reward given to your staff to motivate them. It is like যে তুমি যদি তোমার এই জিনিসটা আমাকে বিক্রি করে দিতে পারো, আমি তোমাকে এটা 10% কমিশন দিব, মিনিং দ্যাট if he or the sales staff is able to sell a product, you will give him the 10% of 10% or 5% or 2% of the total revenue which has been earned from the product. The product may be of 120 taka and you will give 2% commission to the 2% of the revenue which you have earned from the product to the sales staff, right? Whoever sold the product, which will be 2.4, meaning you will give 2.4 taka on per product which the selling staff or the which the sales staff will sell to your customers, right? This way they will be motivated extra, as they're earning a separate from their monthly wages or their monthly salary or monthly wages. Okay, sales staff wages, exact same thing. Sales, now আমাদের এখানে সেলস স্টাফ ওয়েজেস হয় না, আমাদের এখানে সেলস স্টাফ স্যালারিজ হবে। এটা বাইরের দেশে হয় আপনার উইকলি পেমেন্ট। ইন আদার কান্ট্রিজ, ইন আউটার কান্ট্রিজ, they give you weekly payments, but in Bangladesh it is often monthly payments, right? So in Bangladesh, when we are going to use for Bangladesh, we are going to use sales staff monthly wages or sales staff salaries. Okay, marketing director salary. Marketing director salary, meaning the marketing director is a person who is responsible for your marketing or your promotion. Okay, he or she will look after all the advertisement made and advertisement done for the product or for the company. Okay, fuel for warehouse, shop or motor lorries. Fuel for warehouse means that for we use generators for backup, right? We use electricity, we have electricity from the government, but when the power is out, we still need electricity, right? For example, for food stuff, it have to be the constant cold have to be given. The fridge have to work constantly. If the fridge does not work for a few minutes or few hours, the food products are going to be wasted, right? So that we use generator, and that generator is powered by fuel. And same goes with shop or motor lorries. Motor lorries are not electric generated, they are petrol or diesel generated, so they need petrol or diesel to run, right? Warehouse expenses can be anything. For example, the air conditioner which is needed to keep the temperature normal in your warehouse has been, the compressor of the air conditioner has gone damaged. The compressor has gone damaged, you need to fix it, so it's gonna be under warehouse expenses. Not only that, if the bulb does not work or if the fan does not work, they are also gonna sit under warehouse expenses. Now we are going to add the total distribution cost which we have added or which we have calculated till now, and we are going to write like this: that total distribution cost xx means that total value which we have calculated from the beginning to the ending. Okay, and now let us come to the point that administrative expenses means office expenses like in irrecoverable debts. Office expenses, irrecoverable debts means bad debts, which debts sometimes we give money or sometimes we give product in rent, right? We give product to someone, our loyal customers who does not pay us immediately, who will pay us eventually, right? Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. So when they don't, when we expect from a certain group of people that they will not give us our payment back, we consider them as irrecoverable debts. In the previous term we used to write bad debts, but now you have to write irrecoverable debt, or your 1 mark is gonna be subtracted from your answer. Now office expenses can be anything, like the printer gone wrong, you have to fix the printer, that is office expenses. The office fans does not work, it is also office expenses. The air condition does not work, it is also office expenses. Office staff wages meaning that Yeah, the clerks, or the people who are working in your office, right? The business is not only warehouse, factory, warehouse, and shop. Okay, it has also offices, right? The big companies like Aki's, Pran, they does not only produce in their produce in their factory, then store the products in the warehouse, and then directly sell to retail consumers. No, they have an office, right? They have an office. So that office staff wages is also necessary. Office staff wages included the official clerks, the people who works under the main boss, or peons, janitor, etc., etc. Understood? Managing director salary or finance director salary. Managing director salary means that MD, who is the owner of the business, MD can also extract salary from the business. MD, managing director, can also extract salary from the business. Finance director salary. Finance director is the person who is responsible for the financial situation of the company. He will look after all the financial expenses, like which product is consuming more raw materials, for which raw material, for which product am I, the cost of the raw materials are more compared to other products, right? He or she is going to look around these things. Professional or legal fees, and there are many professional legal fees. For example, if a worker damages, or if a worker hurts himself or herself during a production, the company will face some backlash, right? They will face some legal activities against them. The human resources, the world sorry WHO, World Health Organization, World World Health Organization are gonna sue them for their company, sue the company for the staff member, right? For the staff member, okay, they are going to sue the company for the staff member. So when the company have to pay a lawyer for running their case, or for running their case for them in the court, this is called professional or legal fees. Now come to the finance cost. Finance cost means that there is a small, yeah, that finance director salary will not sit here. Finance director salary will not sit here. It will sit here in the finance cost. Okay, it will sit in the finance cost. So finance cost is that debenture interest, bank loan interest, bank overdraft interest, bank charges, interest receivables, total finance cost. Meaning that whenever business our business takes money from the bank, or it takes money from other business angels or shareholders, right? We take money, we have to pay a certain amount of interest, otherwise why they are giving money, right? So this is whenever we are going to whenever the business is going to pay that interest, that is known as bank loan interest or debenture interest, that which will sit under finance cost. Okay, now see what does bank overdraft interest means. Suppose it is already possible for big companies. Suppose I have 12 billion. Okay, suppose my company Ami has $12 billion in in our bank account. Okay, but I need $24 billion. So what will I do? I will take out $24 billion. As I am a multinational company, the bank will provide me extra $12 billion, but they will provide me it as a loan. The extra $12 billion will be provided to me as a loan, and now this is known as overdraft. Overdraft basically means the money which I owe to the bank, and which I withdrawn, which was more than what it was in my bank account. Like, your bank account has 24,000 taka, but you need 25,000 taka. You have withdrawn 25,000 taka. using your credit card, you have withdrawn 25,000 taka, but your bank has only 12,000, your bank account has only 12,000 taka, right? So you have taken out some extra money. This extra money is going to this extra money bank is giving loan to you, and this extra money is known as overdraft. Okay, this extra money is known as overdraft, and whenever you are going to pay that extra money to the bank, you have to pay a certain amount of interest. It can be of 8% or 5% or 3% or 4%. It can be anything, right? Now interest receivables is the opposite thing. When business gives out money to someone, and then the business expects some interest in return, right? So suppose the business gave out $1,200,000 to someone, $1,200,000 to someone. When they are going to return, they have to return the principal amount, which is $12,000. They have to return the principal amount, which is $12,000, plus they have to give an interest. The interest amount can be anything. Suppose the interest amount is 5%. Meaning they have to, when the business gives money, business will take the principal amount, plus you have to give some percentage of interest on the principal amount to the business. This is how also a business gets its income. Okay, that's all for today, and let's end the class today, and we are finally done with our income statement. Next class we are going to see our first income statement. Okay, so let's not delay anymore. Let's end our class here. So assalamu alaikum everyone, and thank you for being with Ami.